Good morning, everyone. This is Srikant Rajan. Welcome to Stock Market Podcast from mpiinvest.com, the only community where you get guided assistance to invest in stock market, bonds, mutual funds, fixed deposits, and all kinds of insurance. If you are not a part of this amazing community yet, visit our website mpiinvest.com to join the free investment community. Coming to the stock market, the stock market was on a major volatile day, of course, though it was not as much volatile as expected. Being a monthly expiry, I was expecting more volatility, but then yes, things were still under control yesterday. In fact, looking at trades in gold, I'm sure most of the Gold Club members have actually made about 1% returns this week, and I have personally managed to do about 2.25% returns this week, thanks to the amazing trades that we had taken at gold and gold plus. Now, coming to the stock market, the stock market actually opened with a gap down at 15,774, and from there the entire volatility continued, wherein we could see a low of 15,728 and a high of 15,890. After all the volatility, the market closed at 15,780. The FIIs continued to sell. They've sold for 1,138 crores, and the DIIs have bought for 1,378 crores. But then here I have something which I got for Pro Srinivasan. Yes, I just got this data which is kind of almost confirmed the amount of money that the FIIs still hold in the Indian market. It is somewhere around 53,100 crores. Yes, I repeat, it is 53,100 crores, which is almost their AUM that actually they have invested. As of now, they're holding in the Indian market. So of course, there's a long way to go. If they continue to sell, they've got a lot of fund to actually sell. But yes, we could make some profit in the last two expiries, and I'm happy about it, where we could cover up most of our losses that we made in the previous two expiries because of the volatility in the market. In fact, if you look at the US market after the Indian markets closed, continued to fall. Yes, they fell big. In fact, the first 6 months of 2022, if you look at, is one of the worst ever year, since 1970. Yes, it was in 1970 that US had such a big fall, where more than 20% the stock markets were down in the US. But one thing I can give you a good ray of hope would be that even though in 1970, the first half of 1970, the US market plunged by almost 21%, but then in the second half, it actually not only reversed but went up by almost 26.5%. So that's something which could actually give us some positivity. Probably the worst is about to get over, right? So of course things were kind of what happened actually, if you remember, US markets were of course kind of in on track with controlling recessions and everything was okay, but until the Russia-Ukraine war. In fact, Russia-Ukraine war has sparked not only the prices of fuel, but because of the fuel prices going up, the food prices also went up. So with all this, the global markets, every global market is actually facing a concern of higher fuel rates, energy rates, as well as food rates. So because of all this, the inflation has been growing, and this is the only reason why the global markets are suffering right now. Once the fuel rates are under control, the energy prices come down, and then we could expect the food prices also coming down, and that is something that we are waiting for. If you look at the Asian markets today, so after the US market continued to fall yesterday, the Asian markets reversed again. In fact, we don't have any cues from Hong Kong today because they are closed today as they celebrate the 25th anniversary of its handover from UK to China. But apart from that, there is a news in the Chinese market, that is, there was a manufacturing purchase index, purchase managers index data which was released this morning, which says that the purchase managers index has gone up slightly. Yes, in fact, it was at 51.7 from which was slightly higher than expectation of 50.1. This is looking positive, as the last 3 months this was a negative. So this going positive is of course a positive side for the Chinese market, but then since Hong Kong markets are closed today, we don't have any movement that side today. But apart from that, if you look at the Indian market, there is a lot of news, in fact, which I need to talk about. Coming to some stock specific news, Reliance is in news again. Their spree of adding new brands to their retail chain continues as they've announced a strategic partnership with global fresh food and organic coffee chain Pret a Manger to launch and build the brand in India. So this is something again going to look good for Reliance. Let's hope Reliance can continue to go further higher. Apart from that, there's good news from Bharti as well. Bharti Airtel has got approval from Competition Commission of India for an investment of 1.2% stake in the company from Google. Yes, they would be investing almost $1 billion in the Airtel through a mix of equity and commercial partnerships in areas like affordable smartphones, networks, and cloud. So that's something looking really good. And our investment into Bharti Airtel is of course going to reap some great fruits soon. Hero MotoCorp is again in news as the company has actually won the right to use Hero in their electric vehicles. Yes, so if you remember earlier we had discussed Hero Electric had actually asked them not to use the word hero in their electric vehicles. So now that they've got this permission, I am sure Hero MotoCorp would also see some positivity there. Indian Oil Corporation, yesterday if you could see the stock split had happened yesterday. So of course it is looking very good at around 74 rupees per share. Along with that, there is a good news that it would be investing rupees 740 crores in raising the capacity of the Digboy refinery in Assam. In fact, right now the capacity of this refinery is 0.65 million ton per annum, and they will be increasing it to 1 million ton per annum. So that is again looking good for now. SBI Cards and Payments is in news again as they are launching Aditya Birla co-branded SBI card, which is a lifestyle credit card, and that is also going to give you some positive news. But when the entire global markets are going negative, can the Nifty go positive? That's the question. In fact, since the expiry is over, the new month starts from today. There are chances we could see some buying that comes in, but then it all depends on how the market takes the global market cues. So if you look at the lower side, I would say 15,700 will continue to be a major support, which if broken next would be 15,600 and followed by 15,400. On the higher side, 15,800 continues to be a resistance, and if broken, 15,900 and 16,000 is the major support, resistance that we need to look at on the top side. So this is something that we need to watch out, and being Friday, of course, we might be taking a small entry today into the market for making some profits in the weekend as well. So with that, more discussions on the community. This is Srikant, Rajan signing off. But before that, do remember to press the like button if you love the content that we share, and also share this with your friends and family to help them invest together with us. This is Srikant signing off, wishing you a profitable day. Of course, we don't have the evening market podcast today as it's Friday, and we will be catching up on Sunday for our regular meeting. So this is for the community members. See you there. Bye.